Hello students. Today I will be discussing about sources of energies. We have two sources of energy. One is a renewable source and another one is non-renewable resource. Renewable resource energy is in the form of organic natural resource. Uh, it can overcome usage and consumption either through biological reproduction or through naturally recurring process. Example, we have food grains, we have sunlight, um, we have rain, water, etc. And in fact, we have a wind power. These are all renewable natural resources. Whereas non-renewable resources are those which we call it as a finite resources. In the sense, it has somewhere it is going to end up. For example, petrol, diesel, coal are some of the examples of non-renewable resources. Once it is used, it cannot be reused further. Such resources are called as non-renewable. Then we have connected to this, we have a forest ecosystem, whereas we have a deforestation and afforestation. See, the sources of energy also come from the forest. Wood is one of the major source from the forest as a source of energy. We use food for household activities. We use food for wood for so many other activities like furnitures, doors, decorative items, and even at village they use it for cooking purpose also. Therefore, the forestation and deforestation are connected words. Now let us see what is forestation first. Forestation is an establishment of forest or standing of a tree in a particular area where there was no forest or where there was no trees. So building a plain land into a plantation of huge plantation of trees and converting them into forest is a basic idea of afforestation. That means we are growing new forests. The plain lands are converted into forests. The opposite of this is deforestation. The forest land where the dense trees areas have been converted into plain lands, maybe for the purpose of agriculture, maybe for the purpose of construction, for the purpose of industrialization, and so forth. Deforestation is a permanent destruction of a forest in order to make the land available for the use of human beings. So as I told you, it can be used for construction of houses, it can be used for industrial purpose, it can be used for agricultural purpose. So that comes under deforestation. So we have afforestation, wherein converting plain land into forest areas by planting the trees for the period of time. And then deforestation, it's a method of converting a forest area, converting into a plain land on the permanent basis by way of destructing the plants, cutting down the plants, trees, and then making use of such areas by after deforestation for the purpose of human beings, as I gave some examples like industries, construction purpose, okay, etc. Then by using of these, the ecosystem has in the last class I have spoken, ecosystem has three basic components: producers, and then we have micro consumers and macro consumers. Let us talk about producers. Who are the producers? Producers are organisms that can make their own energy through biochemical process. The process in living things that involves chemical reactions. Example, plants or any animals also, because the producers does produce certain kind of useful things to the ecosystem for the reuse purpose by way of certain chemical processes that happens in their own bodies. For example, as I said, plants will use certain chemical process by taking from the ecosystem, and then they reproduce some kind of flowers. Okay, end products we call it as plants. Flowers, and then we have fruits, vegetables, etc. Similarly, in case of animals, the producers that uses through biochemical process of their own body, we have cows and buffaloes. By producing chemical reactions, they produce milk, and further milk can be used for their byproducts in various categories. Milk is one product, and the second we have gobar gas, which can be used for a purpose of household and industrial purpose. It is also part of chemical reaction that happens in the body, and then the wastage can be reutilized as a source of energy. So these comes under the categories of producers. And likewise, so many things you will have: goats, sheep, okay, so many things we have, right? Then going for consumers, we have a micro and macro consumers. Now, what is consumers? Consumers are organisms of an ecological food chain that receives energy by consuming other organisms. Examples: animals. See, consumers always consumes certain things from the ecosystem by way of life of another organisms, or by way of life of plants or animals. For example, I can quote you. If you have seen, we all have seen wildlife. The wildlife always a part of a food chain. In case of as a macro consumers, because the wildlife like tigers, and then we have cheetahs, we have lions, okay, we have snakes that consumes certain living organisms from the forest, and they in turn live their life. Similarly, even in human beings, we do consume vegetables, fruits, as well as the human beings are also categorized into vegetarians and non-vegetarians. The vegetarians, we do consume plants, vegetables from the plants, and then fruits and all those things. And non-vegetarian human beings do consume the animal meat. So we all comes under macro consumers. The macro consumers are those they consume in a larger scale, as well as their size also is in a larger way. That means we can easily with the plain eyes we can observe, we can see those consumers. They are called as macro consumers. Coming to micro consumers are those consumers which cannot be seen with the plain eyes, with normal eyes. So they exist but cannot be seen, but they do take part in process of consuming the things. For example, we have sometimes worms in our body that cannot be seen, but they do consume certain food from our body. They are also part of a food chain in our ecosystem. We have certain bacterial, fungi and all these things. That is purposely they put it in the agricultural fields for the growth of better yield of vegetables and fruits. They do consume certain insects, they do consume certain microorganisms that may harm to the crops, and they keep the ecological system very balanced. Okay. And then we have lastly on this category we have decomposers. Decomposers are organisms that break down the dead and decaying organisms, and in doing so carry out the natural process of decomposing. Example, earthworms, bacteria, and then mushrooms. Now decomposers are very helpful for balancing the ecosystem. We have decomposers in our environment, in our ecological system, in our ecosystem, because of which the ecosystem is still balanced. It is, we can say today we are living in a healthy life, it is because of decomposers. Because any dead bodies of any animals or human beings, of course human beings are part of animals, the decomposers will help to decompose the entire body and makes it a very fertile to the soil. That is why some of the decomposers can be used to fertilize the fertilizers for the purpose of agricultural purpose. So these are the certain things that I have covered up in today's class, and supportive notes is also uploaded in the group, and I have written some message also regards to this. I hope you will enjoy this session, and connected to this video only I have already given you the notes. Please refer to that, and then any doubts you can always chat with me. Thank you very much. See you. Bye bye. Shortly I will be uploading the next video. Thank you.